welcome live to North Shore High School in Glen Head, New York, where this afternoon we have a big boys lacrosse showdown as Varsity Media presents North Shore taking on the rival Friends Academy Quakers. Hello, everyone. I'm Dylan Butler, joined as always by Ben Turchin. And Ben, again, it's always fun when you've got teams that are close to each other, and for teams on the North Shore, it doesn't get much closer than North Shore and Friends, just 4 miles away, about a 12-minute drive down Glen Cove Avenue for these two teams. And there is history between these two teams. They do play every year. They also played last year in the playoffs, so it adds to the enthusiasm for this regular season tilt.
Yeah, they call it the Gold Coast matchup, if you will, up here on the North Shore of Long Island. Obviously, if you're not joining us for the first time, it's our second lacrosse live stream broadcast. We were here a week ago for the girls against Port Washington, and Dylan North Shore has treated us so kindly. We've decided to make a return visit to the Gold Coast, this time a boys game, and we're pretty excited. Friends Academy coming in 4-4, North Shore 5-2. Hopefully we get a good matchup today. Yeah,
as you mentioned, Friends coming in with that 4-4 record, trying to bounce back from a difficult defeat or back-to-back losses to Locust Valley and Bethpage, conceding 15 goals in each of those losses. Before that, they had won 4 of their previous 5, beating Oyster Bay, Valley Stream District, losing by 3 to Roslyn, and then beating Plain Edge and Mepham. And Friends as a team, look, they have their history of being a very, very good program. Of course, they won the Nassau C title in 2013, lost to Locust Valley in 2014. They have a young team this year, a team that is really kind of dominated by sophomores, so the future certainly looks bright for Friends Academy. North Shore comes into this game with a 5-2 mark, and they had a white hot start to their season with 4 consecutive wins, beating Wheatley, Carl Place, MacArthur, West Hampton, Long Beach. A couple of tough, close losses. They dropped a 1-goal game to Oceanside. They lost to Mineola, but in their last game, they defeated a very good Lynbrook team 8-6 in that game. Stephen Graber, who we'll talk about more during this game, had 3 goals, 4 assists. Albanese and Dimitri, 2 goals apiece as well for the Vikings. We'll take a quick look at our starting lineups as we approach the start to this one. And first, we will take a look for the home North Shore Vikings. And there you see their set up in the attack. Certainly some really positive players. The interesting thing here, Ben, you'll see is Graber listed as an attack. He'll also be the guy taking the face-off. The West Point commit does a little bit of everything for North Shore, so he'll take the face-off, he'll go back, he'll switch his stick from the box, go back and lead the attack for North Shore in the midfield. Again, some really quality players there as well. Will Feldman, just a freshman, but he's a 2-year starter for North Shore. He played attack a year ago and really kind of grew during the summer, and he became a key member of their midfield. In defense, there you see their defenders as well. At the bottom of your screen, Rich Cute leading the way there for the Vikings, a senior. He's heading to Sacred Heart University, a 4-year starter, a big body. He's tough, a vocal leader of that defense, really great at picking up ground balls and getting the clear as well. And in the cage, there you see James Kahn, the 2-year starter for the Vikings and a quality goalkeeper as well. 46 saves on the year, a 59% save percentage, 2-year varsity player, a 2-year varsity starter, worked a lot in the offseason, was an all-conference player a year ago. Their head coach, Aaron Kozlowski, a 1999 Belmore JFK graduate, 3-year player there, went on and played his college ball nearby at Hofstra University. He is in his 12th season. Now we'll take a look at the starting lineup for the visitors from Friends Academy, and again, just down the road, not too far from here. And we mentioned they have a few veterans up top in Dillmeyer, and if you are a North Shore fan, you pretty much don't like the name Dillmeyer because Luke Dillmeyer scores the double overtime winning goal a year ago in that playoff matchup where the 12th seeded Friends Academy team upset number 5 North Shore right here, same field. So he is back, as well as Delafera and Lee. Lee, one of a few of those sophomores that we mentioned before in the midfield. Luke Baskine, Albert Panicia is another one of those sophomores. He's a 3-year varsity player as just a sophomore. A big part of the team a year ago as a freshman. 10 goals, 12 assists on the year for Panicia. Defensively, again, one of the top defenders, not just in Long Island, but you'd say in the region, is George Pantagathus, the sophomore, a 3-year starter. He's getting a lot of high-level looks. Again, he's a little bit too young right now. They changed that rule in college, so you can't quite get a kid as a freshman or a sophomore anymore. But once he is eligible to sign or go on to a Division I school, he will be a high major player. And in the net, Michael Drosch. What a story he is for Friends Academy. Ben, there's not a goalie in the building. It's a small school, of course. 2 of the goalies left the school, which left a void. There's not one on the JV team. There wasn't one available. Drosch was a senior. He was a midfielder. He sacrificed for his team and said, you know what, Coach, I will jump in the net, and I will sacrifice myself to do that. He hasn't played net he just started in February, so kudos to Michael Drosch for doing that. The head coach, of course, Bill Gary, 6th season, 20 years as an assistant. He's run the offense really since the time he's got to Friends Academy from 1989. The only time he was away from this Friends team was 4 years when he had the birth of his children. He stepped away for a little while, but he's back and leading this Quakers side.
Well, I think, Dylan, you talked about it. You mentioned a lot of kids' names. I think we're in for a good battle. And just to piggyback off the goalie situation, you never know what an opportunity is knocking on a door. I know he's a senior, but I don't know what his plans are with college. But if this goalie thing works out, I know there's colleges at the next level always looking for a netminder.
Mentioned last year 2 meetings between these 2 teams in the regular season. North Shore won 8-5, beating Friends in that game. Albany's 3 goals and an assist. Graber, a goal and 4 assists. Dimitri, 2 goals and 1 assist. And Kahn, 11 saves. So you figure North Shore, again, the high ranking, number 5, coming into the postseason. Friends at 12. You got to figure the Vikings have the edge. Well, an upset right here. Again, we mentioned it before. 9-8, the final score. Friends gets the winner, Luke Dillmeyer, game-winning goal, 1:50 left in the second overtime. The assist to Panicia, who was a freshman at the time. Pat Kenny was in goal, had 12 saves for that one. Pantagathus, 13 ground balls. The guy at the X right now, you see number 17, Graber. What a day he had at the face-off X that afternoon. 18 of 21. Dimitri, 5 goals, 2 assists in that one as well. We are set to go. Varsity Media Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week. North Shore Friends Academy at the face-off X. We have a violation. Going early was Graber, so a good start for Friends Academy. It was certainly a situation they were concerned about, the face-off X, but we saw there Graber went early, so Friends gets into their offense.
Now, does Catone get credit for the win on that face-off, Dylan?
Technically he does, yes.
He'll take it.
Push and flag. I thought it would just be a push with possession, but we'll have our first man-up opportunity. It'll be for Friends Academy once the ball hits the carpet, but they're going to go for more. Nice swim dive. Switch to the left. Shot was off the cage. Shot by number 34 for Friends. That's Panicia. You can see he has a little bit of buzz in that shot, and again, it'll be a man-up opportunity as there's a trip. It'll be a 1-minute penalty against the host Vikings.
Yeah, I don't know if it hit the cage or if Kahn got his stick on it. Either way, I thought it was a good opportunity there, but give credit to Kahn for forcing or at least playing some defense in front of the net.
So early chance now for Friends with the man up. They'll have the advantage for a minute.
Boy, Dylan, Friends couldn't ask for a better start than this today, huh?
Yeah, they get the face-off and they get a man up inside the first minute. Aggressive stick check.
Yeah, nice check.
And it's knocked away. Really well done. by Genzale, Dominic Genzale, the sophomore. Loose ball battle. It's on the carpet. Ground ball is still loose, and it's picked up by North Shore. Calderoni, the other Dominic on this team, the attackman, will head to X as there's 24 seconds left on this man down right now for the Vikings.
And North Shore killed it, to give them credit. Now they have the ball in their zone. And I know Coach Kozlowski could be happy with that.
So they'll be in no hurry, again, with the man down. That's a errant pass, though. It hits the carpet. It's loose. Maintained, though, as the penalty is now up, so we are even.
Let's see what Graber does here with the ball in his hand, or in his stick, I should say.
Yeah, it just dumps it down, back out to Calderoni as the Vikings make sure they have their right personnel on the field. There's Will Feldman, the freshman, with the ball on his stick. Feldman dodges left, goes back to X. No double there just yet, so again to Graber. Now Graber gets on his horse, looks for options. He will get doubled, fires it back out to Albanese, tries to get it back to Graber. The pass a little bit too high. Graber is able to save it. Of course, he's under a lot of duress there by the long pole, Calistellato.
Yeah, good D by number 9 for Friends.
Dump in front, good interception. That was by Panacea. And here come the Quakers. Panacea with the ball, switches to his left, spins out of trouble. He's got another pole on him as he's looking for some help. And he does finally get it out. They're going to be a little more patient, Friends will, offensively. Della Fara, a senior, with the ball, as they prefer, or certainly they would like to have quick ball movement offensively.
And Dylan, right now, defense has shown up here early in the game. Both sides has played some really good defense.
Nice dodge. The slide comes over, and the pass goes back out to Walrath. Ball on the carpet. Turnover there for Friends as the errant pass goes out off to the sideline. It'll be North Shore ball.
Neither team is able right now to get an offense going, or even if they slow things down, they're not able to even get a shot off. I think we have one shot on goal so far here, 8:40 to play in the first quarter. So it's something to keep an eye on. The defense has shown up.
And again, it's a rivalry game, so you kind of throw away the records and the way the teams are playing coming into this one, as there is Graber with the ball at his stick. This is going to be a fun matchup, and offside is the call against North Shore.
Well, for a team that has revenge on their mind, they have not come out as sharp as they'd like to, North Shore. It's a couple of turnovers, penalty. So they really need to catch up pretty quickly here in this one. They don't want to fall behind too soon.
That said, Ben, as bad of a start it has been for North Shore, Friends hasn't been able to capitalize on
Correct.
it. So they lose the opening faceoff. They get the penalty, and that's a bull dodge and a half. Wow. How about Joe Carozzo?
Joe put his left elbow down and said, "You ain't stopping me."
Joe Carozzo, the bulldozer.
The seat train.
I was going to say the railroad wasn't heading by there, the 459. Yeah, that was definition bull dodge right there. Calderoni looking for options. Again, goes to Feldman. Feldman will play out at the top. He's the first midi out of the box, and he gets the first goal of the game.
Yeah, Will Feldman had an opening, had an opportunity, went lefty, and nice job there on the fire, on the shot for the goal.
Yeah, Feldman, first goal of the year. Another look. You see, beats his man. You mentioned going stick side with the lefty opportunity. He can go left and right with his shot.
And that's something that Coach Kozlowski, I'm sure, has told his team, shoot, shoot, shoot. I'm sure he's aware that Friends is goalie, his first year behind net, and so there's opportunity there, and I think that's the first shot on goal, and they're 1-for-1, North Shore is. So expect to see more of that throughout the course of the game here for the Vikings.
Back to the X. Graber one of the best, 80%. He's now 1 of 2. Gets the win and a quick outlet pass for Dimitri. Dimitri will keep the ball in his stick as gets the personnel change. And there's Feldman again. Just scores the game's first goal. So North Shore, despite their struggles early in the first quarter, they do have a 1-0 lead.
Offense seems to work through Graber.
I mean, everything does. Graber, again, he'll take the face-offs. We mentioned a second ago, 80% coming into this game. He goes off to the box, gets a different stick, his attacking stick, because, of course, that face-off stick gets all beat up. Will play his collegiate lacrosse at West Point. There's Feldman, again, looking for a one-on-one opportunity. Slide comes, passes back out to Albanese.
Friends playing some good defense here on this set.
That's their strength this year, as there's the save off that Albanese opportunity. And now Friends will look to clear. Right now, their defense is ahead of their offense. They've got some really good poles back there, led by that guy right there with the ball in his stick for a moment. Pantagathus, the sophomore, an Igloo lacrosse guy. Again, an errant pass. That one was by Panacea trying to get the ball in front of Cage. It went right through everybody, so another turnover for Friends.
But it was the right idea there, Dylan, because there was a man in front of the net. It was just an errant pass. It sailed a little bit low. Tough to grab that one, scoop and score. But I like the idea that Panacea had there.
North Shore, let's see if they can get the clear. Hard ride coming from Dillmeyer. And they do get the clear as Carozzo has the ball. Gets it back to Graber.
That time Carozzo didn't want to run into anybody on that try. Shoulder might be a little sore.
So again, we get some personnel changes for the Vikings. There is Dimitri at X. Spins. Goes back to Graber. Quick ball movement. Fake shot. Another opportunity goes far post and wide. That was Calderoni with the shot. Back up there, so it'll stay with North Shore.
Calderoni, nice opportunity. Got to square the shoulders up a little bit more to the cage. Fired a little wide that time. It went to the right. Squares the shoulders up a little bit better. That shot's on net.
Calderoni, a junior with 10 goals, 2 assists on the season. Graber turns. There you see the ball move again. Fired low shot. Dimitri just wide. Graber with the backup.
North Shore getting some shots on net right now. They're just not finding the goal.
Just one goal so far by Will Feldman, the freshman midi. Little stutter step by Graber. Turns. Love this matchup. It's strength on strength. It's Pantagathus against Graber. These will be 2 Division I players. The double comes. Pantagathus knocks the stick out of Graber's hands and gets the clear.
Not only does he get the ball, but he also gets his stick. I think he only needs the ball, though.
That's going to be a really fun one throughout this entire game. Della Fara now gets the Friends offense going.
Whoa, and we have a baseball. Well, first there was a timeout. Now, Dylan, the baseball field's right behind us here at North Shore, and I think a foul ball just went onto the field.
Does Dillmeyer get credit for the ground ball because he picked up the baseball and then flung it with his lacrosse stick back out to the field?
That's a great question. I don't know if the statistician will give him credit, but I tell you, we got to keep an eye out for our guy Matt, who's on the field, our camera guy. He needs to keep a heads up here. He's not flying foul balls.
Well, I think you need to give him a heads up. I think you got to say a heads up or a ball or something to Matt as he is situated right at. He's the guy, by the way, if you want to know those great shots of the face-offs.
Yep.
That's Matt delivering those shots.
I also think we should tell the folks at home that might not know, we were expecting rain in the forecast today here on the northern part of Long Island, Nassau County, maybe even some lightning storms, and so far we've been lucky. Nothing has come through here, and we'll see. I mean, they have said later in the game, so we'll have to keep an eye on, but right now we're dry.
We are dry right now, and North Shore has an early 1-0 lead. It was Will Feldman with the first goal, and again, the start not quite what North Shore thought they would get, and it's funny, you speak to their coach, Aaron Kozlowski, and he says that his guys have had this game circled on their calendar from that double overtime loss. Obviously, the guys who are back from that team have wanted this opportunity for a little payback from the guys right down Glen Cove Avenue.
And North Shore's off to a good start this year at 5-2, what their record is, and obviously they have hopes to get back to the playoffs. And you circle a couple of games throughout the course of the year that keeps you motivated. This is obviously a big one for them. And right now, the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, they've got a tough schedule ahead of them. We'll get to that in a moment as play resumes. Friends ball, a strong move. They work it behind X. Little jump shot opportunity, another rebound, and the ball is picked up well. So another situation for Friends, and it was taken away by North Shore, and James Kahn will go for the self-clear.
And Luke Kenny with a nice job, number 13, with a little bit of a stick check there, too, on the defensive side for North Shore.
Graber can't pick it up, and again, Pantagathus gets the ball. Kahn rushing back to the cage. As Panisia, he could fire. Panisia spins, switches to his right, and a goal! Albert Panisia. We are tied at 1.
Unbelievable job by Panisia. Turn to fire, and that shot's almost unstoppable.
You saw there he faked going left, came back inside to the other side, and then just a low rocket by Panisia. Fantastic goal to level things up. His 11th of the season for Friends Academy.
Dylan, you hear in baseball the term exit velocity off the bat. Do they have that? Do they measure that in the lacrosse stick?
Well, they have at times. So Brian Willis, who used to be out at Smithtown East, he's currently at Notre Dame. His shot was registered at over 100 miles an hour. I'm not sure how high up on the gun that will get for Panisia. Another straight win, this time by Graber. So he's won his last 2 after that procedure violation on the first, so he's 2 of 3. North Shore with the ball as we are tied at 1. But yeah, some zip on that shot by Panisia.
Absolutely. The velocity on that was striking, and really very little opportunity for the netminder to even save that. I don't even know if he could see it. It was coming out so fast.
There's Feldman, the goal scorer for the Vikings, gets it back to X as Dimitri has the ball. Long pole. Stellato. The double comes. Swims through it. Gets it back to X. It's Graber. Fires it ahead. Sidearm shot and a goal. Dominic Calderoni puts North Shore back ahead.
I like the movement by the Vikings to X, back up top, pass it again, fire, shot successful. So North Shore moving the ball well, and it leads to a successful goal.
And again, you could see
here's the movement.
The dump pass. You see Graber looking, gets it back out top. Look at that sidearm shot and a goal.
And one thing you notice there is, as great as Friends has played defensively, there was a lot of room for that shot right there.
Calderoni, 11th goal of the season. Not a big change of pace guy. He's obviously a bigger player, but works really hard. Gets to find those spaces that he needs. North Shore 2-1 lead. You see the bottom of your screen, 2:34 to go, first quarter. We thank you for joining us off of the face-off, and that is still loose. The battle for the ball. It's picked up and won. Genzali gets the ground ball, and North Shore gets possession.
He lost it. Lost it for a second.
Yeah, it's still loose. It was Cal Stellato still on the carpet. It's kicked out towards midfield. And finally, it is controlled by North Shore. Friends Academy, though, was an offside call, I believe, on North Shore. So Friends Academy with the ball. Panisia, he's their goal scorer right now. Pushes it back out.
Yeah, if you're Coach Garrett, you set something up for Panisia one more time here.
Well, you do have options. That's the good thing about really both of these offenses. It's not predicated on one attacking player. There's multiple options. Walrath now back to X. uses the net as a little protection, draws the stick, looks for options, dumps it down low. Again, an errant pass in the crease. Ground ball picked up, though, and one as Friends Academy stays alive. Pass goes right side. Again, down low. Scoop shot opportunity was wide. That was Woolrath with the chance. There was not back up, I don't believe.
But how about Panacea with that pass? He didn't get that a couple of minutes ago, but he gets it there.
Actually, there was a penalty. So the second against North Shore, this will be a slash for a minute. So Friends with another opportunity, 0 for 1 on the man up so far. That was a slash against Cute, the defender.
Really like the game of Panacea. Is playing outstanding on the offensive side. And that was a great pass, too. Unlucky by Friends with the shot on goal, but stick with that if you're the Quakers.
Shot and a goal. They didn't take much time to score off the man advantage. That time it was Ben Lee, another of their sophomores. We are tied at 2.
Yeah, Ben Lee wide open with the shot. Why not? Take it. Successful. Take another look right here. As you'll see, he's got the chance with the man down and fires it in.
Yeah, angle-wise, it wasn't the highest percentage of an angle. He was off to the side of the net, but good placement by Lee to get the goal. The sophomore, his 12th goal of the year. He is a crease attacker, so that's where he needed to be. And Lee ties things up at 2, a minute and 2 seconds to go in this first quarter.
Friends is right in this game, obviously tied at 2. You know, they got to be pretty happy, feeling pretty good about where they are right now.
Off the faceoff, this time it was shoveled back by Graber. He wins it. Gets the ball to Carozzo, and again, Graber will jog back. He'll get his attackman stick as North Shore slows things up in this final minute of the first quarter. Now Graber's ready. And you wonder sometimes, too, if he doesn't get such a clean win that he just takes that mashed up, beat up faceoff stick and just goes.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's no time for stick change then.
All right. There's Dimitri, the sophomore. Slide comes, switches it back out. Under 20. Swim dodge. Back to Dimitri. The train is a-coming. 6 seconds. Good defense by Friends. Can they get a last shot off of this quarter? Sidearm shot and a goal.
With no time left.
Feldman, his second of the first quarter. And Friends will take a 3-2 lead. The only question was whether it beat the clock. You heard the horn a second later. Sidearm shot, far post. Really difficult shot by Feldman, but he gets his second goal. He kind of bookends the quarter, doesn't he? He scores the first goal, scores the last. Then North Shore has a 3-2 lead after the first quarter. You're watching Nassau County Boys Lacrosse right here on Varsity Media. Welcome back to North Shore High School. The North Shore girls, we just saw their hype video. We just saw them a week ago right here.
Right now they got a tough one at Manhasset as we're coming to you live. Manhasset, obviously, one of the strongest teams on Long Island, girls lacrosse. So North Shore's got their work cut out for them today.
So back to the face-off X. North Shore, a 3-2 lead. Feldman, 2 goals so far to lead the way for North Shore. Scored the first, scored the third. And it's been a fun one. Back at X. Looks like that's Pantagathus this time against Graber. Graber, that's his defensive matchup, but now he's going head-to-head with the pole. Graber gets the win. That was as decisive a win as he's had. Now Pantagathus will make his life difficult off the win as he'll get that assignment as North Shore gets the ball. They work the ball to X. Dimitri backs up, looks for options. I think more than anything, they slow things down for that stick change for Graber. Slide comes over. Dimitri's got to pull back out, finds Graber at X. Again, that little stutter step. Pantagathus not buying it, pushes it back out top for Feldman. Feldman dodge to his left. Gets the ball to Calderoni. You can see the aggressive stick on his hands. That was Aphazelis. Back to X. Spinning. Dimitri dumps it in front. And the ball ends up in the stick of the goalie, Michael Drosch.
What a save by Drosch. I mean, he was on point there. Offensive player right in his face and got it done. Nice job.
And here comes Friends, long pole with it in his hands. That was Avzelius as Friends ties the game up. And again, you've got to give credit to Drosch, the goalie. He makes the save to get the clear and right down. Here comes the opportunity. Aphazelis spins it in front, and the shot by Dillmeyer as we are again tied now at 3.
Yeah, great job all around by the Quakers there. Find the open man with a good look. And like you said, we're knotted at 3 here. And this is a game. We've got a game. You know, we didn't know what to expect with North Shore, who's off to a quick start, come out here and dominate, but that's not the case. Friends is in this game.
Dillmeyer's 7th goal of the year, our 3rd tie of the game. We were tied at 1, we were tied at 2, now we are tied at 3. Back to the faceoff X. Again, it's Pantagathus and Graber, another clean win for Graber. So Friends said they would switch things up at the X, try to figure out different options, give Graber some different looks, but he has been, as advertised at the X, just a dominant effort so far for Graber. He's got the ball in his stick now as North Shore looks to regain the lead. We've had now 3 ties, but North Shore has not trailed. They have the ball now at X. Graber turns, fires, another save by Drosch.
You never would think that this is his first year playing goalie.
His 3rd month playing goalie.
Seriously.
Clear, though, goes out of bounds. That's the part that is difficult for Friends, the clear game. So North Shore will have the ball off that turnover. We've seen at least 3 now turnovers off errant passes by Friends. Feldman, the 2-goal scorer, will put the ball back into play. Goes back to Khan, his goalie, who will switch fields, goes down to his left. They get the easy clear on the bench's side, but an aggressive stick check again. And it looks like a timeout was called. So Friends, as we mentioned, it's a rivalry game. They're keeping it close. They're keeping it tight, and that's what we like. We like to have a tight, aggressive game, and it's been as advertised.
It's been as advertised, and when you say advertised, to be honest, I didn't know what to expect when we say advertised, but we were hoping for a good game, and we've gotten that so far today. And from the North Shore side of things, I think they would like to get a couple more shots on goal. I know they've had some, but I think they need to find a way to generate some more shots on goal. As good as Dros has played lately, the past couple of shots, North Shore needs to fire more. That's the bottom line.
But that's where those long poles, again, it's you could mask, I think, sometimes not having an experienced goalie by having really good poles, and that's what we've seen in these first few minutes that Friends does have. Again, it's led by Pantagathus, their sophomore. Then you've got a couple of seniors back there as well. Wyatt Mullen, number 17, and Carl Avizilis, number 5. Two seniors, two really good poles, and they're getting out on the sticks. They're being aggressive. They're getting out on hands and making it difficult for North Shore to make those decisions. Sometimes it leads to North Shore taking the shot that they don't necessarily want.
Right. No, the Poles have played great. Friends has played great defense, and I think most importantly, they've kind of given Graber a little bit of a difficult time. Obviously, at the X, he's been successful winning the faceoffs, but outside of that, he hasn't really made a mark yet in this game offensively. So we'll have to wait and see if that changes at all here in the second quarter.
And again, that matchup, as you see it at the top of your screen, has not changed. We don't expect it to change. He'll get a steady diet of Pantagathus.
But he has made things happen. So he's had a couple of assists, finding the open guy like right there for a goal.
Calderoni spinning and winning. North Shore up by 1 again.
And so that's one of the things when you have Graber double teamed or your best defensive player is on him, he will find the open guy. He was able to find the open guy right there, and as a result, North Shore gets the goal.
Yeah, you can see he spun out of the check of Mullen. We just mentioned him a moment ago, the senior long pole, and found a way to bury that shot. Again, his second of the game for Calderoni, 12th of the season, and another 1-goal lead. As back at X goes Pantagathus and Graber. Generally speaking, the long pole usually tries to muck things up, enough at least for the wings to come in and battle for ground balls, but Graber has kind of gone center in a football style with just flipping it back to his players and lost it for a second. Good ground ball picked up there by Genzalo.
No, I think he basically put it on the carpet expecting one of his teammates to come get it, but Friends was very aggressive.
Dimitri gets it back to X. And again, a lot of changes, so Dimitri will just kind of hang out there as he waits for his mates to get on the field. Graber back on. You can see Albanese as well. Calderoni, 2 goals. And Gianni Abul Hassani as well. Close shot. Feldman nearly had his hat trick.
Boy, I think Feldman would want that one back. Point blank range at the net, fires wide to the left. That was an easy goal. If you give that to him again, Dylan, he's not missing.
Graber at X. Pushes it back out top. There's another flag, another opportunity. A man up, shot, and a goal. Abul Hassani, the junior, first 2-goal lead of the game for North Shore.
Abusani coming around from the corner, and I don't know if the goalie saw him in time. Let's take another look at it. Actually, he did, but it was just a nice he spotted that ball in the perfect place up top, which is always tough for the goalie.
And to add injury to insult, the slashing penalty will stay on the board. So not only does North Shore take a 2-goal lead on Abu Hassani's 6th goal of the season, they'll also be man up, and triple whammy for Friends. It's Pantagathus in the sin bin, so their best defender as well. So you wonder now if Graber can get some freedom and get his shot going.
Yeah, definitely. Steve's going to want to take a couple of shots on net here in the next minute for sure. But he's been a distributor here in the first half. I think Coach will accept that. It's led to a couple of goals here. And right now, North Shore with a 2-goal lead.
Another face-off win by Graber, and He'll quickly again get that stick changed. He'll need to do so again really quickly just because it's a minute penalty.
You'd expect North Shore to set something up offensively here and get a look for Graber.
This time Vinny Como is man-marking Graber. It's the short pole, though, so this is a good chance. Now Graber is surrounded by Quakers. That's just fine, though. They've got options. Feldman's being one. He's got 2 goals in the game. Switches out to his left. Dump down low. Pass was for Abu Hassani, and it goes out. So a break here for the Quakers.
Yeah, that's a big one with 13 seconds left. I don't think North Shore will get a shot man up.
Abu Hassan made a cut to the cage. The ball, though, went over his stick. They'll aggressively ride. Pumping the brakes was Como. Dishes it out. A dangerous pass. Man. That could have been a dangerous one, especially, who was that? That was Panacea. That's like that pass over the middle in football. I mean, you can get leveled on that kind of a chance. We're even up. And here comes...
open. Nice pass. Good look. That was perfectly executed, Dylan. That's exactly what North Shore needed.
Carozzo to Calderoni. 3 straight goals for North Shore, and they've got a 6-3 lead.
And you had mentioned the defense could help out a goalie. Here there was no defense. Wide open look, and that's too easy for North Shore.
Yeah, Calderoni gets the goal. That's his 3rd of the game. He's got 3. Feldman's got 2. And Abu Hassan has 1. So we talked about how close this was. Now a little bit of a run here by North Shore. 3 consecutive goals, their largest lead of the game at 6-3.
And one of the things about Dominic Calderoni is his goals have come up close. He has a knack for getting in front of the net, and teammates have been finding him, Dylan. Those are high percentage of shots on goal. That's what you want.
Yeah, Calderoni, really good dodger from the wing. There's that straight win.
Nice catch.
Really good catch by Dimitri. It was almost a rare mistake there by Graber. And Dimitri slows things down. But back to Calderoni. He's so smart. He knows how to find spaces. Really a hard worker. And again, you like his size as well up front. Him and Abu Hassan, some big boys to go with some of these quick runners. Shot from outside is saved. Good opportunity by Albany's. A better save. Clear almost intercepted. Pumping the brakes, cutting back inside. And now the clear happens for the Quakers.
Dylan, that was some save by Drosh. You could fool us up here in, what'd you say, 3 months as a netminder? He's had some outstanding saves. That may have been his best one. Going down low to save that one. Outstanding job by the senior.
And again, he's a converted midfielder, a hockey player. So not only was he, and he wasn't a goalie in hockey. He played, he was a skater. So Bill Gary said part of the problem was that he knew that he needed a goalie, and then he has a guy in Drosh who was a hockey guy, but now he's got to play hockey until like mid-February. Their winter program already starts in January, so he's behind for about a month. He had to work really closely with the assistant coaches, but Gary says, look, we needed someone to step up and jump in, and he said, Coach, I'll give it a go. Hadn't played goal before. He first stepped in the cage in February, and it's been a bit of a struggle for him, but Gary says all the credit in the world will go to him for sacrificing for the betterment of his team to fill a need that no one else was able to do.
And it's a great story. I mean, he's how selfless can you be as a player and as a senior nonetheless? I mean, you're a senior. This is your last year in high school, and maybe you want to play and score some goals as a midfielder, but he says, no, I'll be the netminder because our team really needs it. And Dylan, we can't emphasize this enough. He's had some really great saves. I could think of 3 saves off the top of my head right now that he's demonstrated in this game. It could easily be 9-3 North Shore if not for his play. So he gets all the credit.
He absolutely does. And he's come off a couple of tough games Again, conceding 15 goals, back-to-back games, back-to-back losses, the most recent to Bethpage. But in this rivalry game, he's shown up in a big way. Friends desperately needing to pull a goal back now. They will finally get the offense going. I feel like in the second quarter, they've barely had the ball on the offensive end of the field. Panacea looks for options, spins back, and pushes it back out, and there's that errant pass. A lot of self-inflicted wounds here for Friends Academy.
Look at Calderoni. Get it and set it up.
And we have a timeout called here by North Shore. We will take a quick break. 4:54 to go here in the second quarter. North Shore, 3 consecutive goals. They have a 6-3 lead. You're watching Nassau County Boys Lacrosse on Varsity Media. And welcome back to North Shore. Dylan Butler, Ben Turchchin, and another close game, but this is one of several games that we have on our upcoming schedule, and we will take a look at that now. And Ben, a lot of high-quality lacrosse, not only here today and what we brought with Port Washington North Shore, but going forward as well.
Yeah, we'll have Bethpage on Thursday, the girls. Autism Awareness Day, so we're looking forward to that. We have a bunch of great guys games we'll tell you about. Every game is streamed free on our YouTube channel that you're watching right now, youtube.com/varsity media. Make sure you subscribe to our channel for updates throughout the course of the spring, but we're very excited to bring the schedule, and we'll take a longer look at it later on in this game.
So once again, North Shore with the ball and a 3-goal lead. Those 3 goals coming, or that lead coming, after 3 straight ties. We were tied at 1, 2, and 3. 3 straight goals by North Shore. They're looking to extend now their longest lead of the game. Dimitri at X spins around, shot, another save, ball's loose, rebound goes. A sidearm backhanded opportunity by Abu Hassan goes wide of the cage. Credit Drosh with another save. Back up there, though, so it stays with North Shore.
Drosh has himself a highlight reel today if he wants. College coaches can get a sense of his play behind the net, for sure. In front of the net, I should say.
Graber was looking for a cutting Dimitri. It went off his stick. And now the clear, which has been a difficult thing for Friends. They'll try to clear the ball out. You see the harassment there by Calderoni, forcing Stellato into a pass, and it's a loose ball. It's on the carpet, and the ball will actually stay with Friends. So they dodged a bullet there off that, really a failed clear before the infraction at midfield. So every possession now important for Friends. Down by 3. They're not a team that scores a lot of goals. Dillmeyer pushes it back out, and they'll work it from the top. It's Walrath. Dodges, right, shot. That's a goal. You could see it kind of surprised Khan. And there's that goal that Friends Academy needed.
Yeah, it went low on the shot, and I don't know if Khan was ready for it, but in any event, it was a bouncer, and just give credit. A low bouncer is tough to always grab as a netminder to begin with, but really nice shot there by Friends. And Dylan sorely needed, by the way.
Yes, Walrath is 6th of the year. He's a 2-year varsity player, so significant playing time as a freshman. It's interesting, too, because you speak to Bill Gary. He calls him a slick one-on-one guy, and that's exactly what we saw there. Took his guy one-on-one. Another baseball comes flying out. This ground ball by Genzale. See a bit of a change now at the X. Not in terms of North Shore, of course. That's Graber. But now he's matching up against Christian Catone. Now, Catone is the usual face-off guy. He's done pretty well in some early season games. Of course, a major step up here today against Graber.
Well, Coach Gary's kind of throwing the kitchen sink at Graber, getting him all kinds of different looks.
And Graber, another win. Catone with the harassment, trying to force him to the outside. Graber gets the pass, shot, and a goal. Dimitri goes high, and North Shore gets an immediate response.
And another assist by Graber. We've talked about it. So he really is the floor general here for North Shore, winning faceoffs with assists, leading to more goals.
And interestingly enough, that was with his face-off stick still, too. So he had enough left on the shaft, on that stick there, to get the pass off to Dimitri. Dimitri goes sidearm, gets the goal. His first of the game, his 18th of the season. He is North Shore's second biggest threat offensively, Graber being the number one threat.
Well, you knew you weren't going to stop Dimitri the entire game. He was going to get his at some point. Comes with 3 minutes to go here in the second. And I wouldn't be surprised if he puts a couple others in goal before we get out of here today.
Now, Dimitri, 3-year varsity player, last year an all-county selection. A true attackman in every sense of the word. Another win. And back to Dimitri. And this is what the game of lacrosse is today, Ben. It's all about the face-off X and possession, and then making the most of those possessions. North Shore doing that right now, and keeping this Friends defense on the field, having to defend, getting a little bit tired. Again, it is right now the strength of Friends Academy, but they are defending a lot in this second quarter.
You know, they implemented a shot clock at the college level, and I wonder if at some point, maybe in a couple of years, we'll see that at the high school level.
It's got to be done. I say it all the time. If you have it in the college game, get back to that in a second. High shot and a goal. Albany's goes top shelf.
That was gorgeous, folks. You cannot shoot a better shot and be more accurate. Top shelf, left corner. Almost impossible for a goalie. I don't care who you are to save that shot. And another goal for the Vikings.
See, Feldman works the ball to X. Nice quick look inside by Dimitri. And Albany's, the senior, his 6th goal of the year. 3-year varsity player, 2-year starter, co-captain as well. He is a heart and soul guy for this North Shore team.
Dylan, an inch to the left, an inch higher, and that's not a goal. That's how accurately placed that shot was.
You know what's funny, too, is Aaron Kozlowski says the goals that Albany's usually scores are those dirty variety, right? Like in front of the cage, you pick up a ground ball, you scoop it in. That was beautiful.
That was gorgeous. That's probably that's got to be one of the best goals of the day so far. And what a job on the replay by Matt, giving us a great look at that as well.
That makes his huddle reel, no doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Dimitri to the side of the cage, as easy as you like for Calderoni.
There's something about Calderoni where every time he gets the ball, he has a great look at goal. And you had mentioned he's great in space, Dylan. I don't know what it is. He has a feel for the game. But every time he's catching the ball, he's got an unbelievable look. Take a look here on the replay.
And it starts at X. Cross crease pass, and wide open is Calderoni. So the slide wasn't there. There was miscommunication defensively because Calderoni can't be that wide open. His 4th goal of the game, 9-4 the lead. Just under 2 minutes left in this first half.
We're going to have a lot of options for the Igloo lacrosse player of the game today.
It could, in fact, even be an Igloo lacrosse player. There's a few out here on the field. Certainly 2 for Friends. Another violation. This time it's against Catone, so Graber picks the ball up. Panacea plays Igloo lacrosse, as does Pantagathus, defending right now Graber.
Igloo, one of the better programs here on Long Island, club lacrosse in the summer. They do a great job. Of course, there's a lot of them on Long Island.
There certainly are. The hotbed that Long Island is, be it public, be it Catholic, certainly some of the top programs, not only in the region, but in the country as well. Battle for the loose ball. Great job there by Stellato. It'll stay with North Shore, but the harassment, he kicks it out of the way, trying to chase it down in the corner. But aggressive work. As soon as the ball hits the ground, you saw Stellato was off and going. Now approaching a minute. There again, you see that Graber stutter step, spins behind the cage. Although, again, loses it. Pantagathus forced to turn over. He'll get the ball now. Got it back from Mullen, who had the GB. And now a better clear by Friends. Can they pull or cut into their deficit here in the final minute? They've got to take care of the ball, though. Catone does just that. Approaching 30 seconds. There is Panacea. Spins back out to Walrath. Again, they change personnel. You've got the feeling this is one of those hold for the last and make sure we get a good one. Walrath skips it. Panacea, good ball movement now to the side of the cage. It's loose. Shot off the crossbar.
Unlucky, but they called the play there for a good look. Got it. Just unlucky on the left crossbar.
Ben Lee rings it off the woodwork. 8 seconds to go, first half. De La Fara puts it back into play.
Still time for one quick one.
They've got to get to the cage. The look in front goes right through a maze of players and out as the first half horn sounds. So, Ben, it's been a good one. It's been a fun one. Friends keeping it close early. North Shore extending their lead in the second half. But, again, you can see Friends, they're getting the ground balls. They're getting some opportunities. So this one's still very much in the balance.
Yeah, I think right now, look, first quarter, Friends was game. They were here neck and neck with North Shore. But North Shore has been able to put some in. And Friends, Dylan, doesn't have an answer right now. So they need to get an offense. You just saw a play that was unlucky, could easily be 9-5 right now, and I think that's where Coach Gary's going to talk to his team. How do we generate some more offense or at least shots on goal?
So you can see there, huddle behind the net. North Shore will huddle behind the other net, and we will be back in just about 7 minutes or so for the start of the second half. You see at the bottom of your screen, North Shore leads Friends Academy 9-4. You're watching Nassau County Boys Lacrosse on Varsity Media. Welcome back to Glen Head, Long Island. Just about set for the start of the second half, about a minute or so away. North Shore, you can see at the bottom of your screen, leads Friends Academy 9-4. Two teams separated by about, 4 miles or so. You go down Glen Cove Avenue, you make a left. There's Friends Academy. First half stats, and it was a close one. It was only 3-2 for North Shore at the end of the first quarter. It was tied at 3 as well. North Shore, though, went on a big run. They scored 3 consecutive goals and 6 of the last 7 in the second quarter to take the lead. Leading the way for North Shore, Dominic Calderoni. 4 goals for Calderoni. 2 goals, both in the first quarter by Will Feldman, the freshman. For the other goal scorers, Abu Hassan with 1 as well for North Shore, and Michael Albanese a goal. Assists, Dimitri with 3, Graber 3 assists. How about this one, Ben? For faceoffs, 13 of 14, so 13-1 in this game for the guy who goes 80%, Stephen Graber. So he has 3 assists. He's got 13 faceoff wins. Abu Hassan also an assist. Carosa an assist. No saves in net for Khan. For Friends Academy, they have some multiple goal scorers. They are starting in the first half. We saw Panisi, or the first quarter, Panisi had a goal, as well as Dillmeyer, Ben Lee, and their 4th goal was scored by number 4, Michael Walrath. Assist-wise, 1 assist for Lee, so he's got a goal and an assist. 1 assist as well for Panisi, and maybe one of the better stories of the first half. 5 first-half saves for Drosh in goal, and we got to shout out our guy getting all these stats, of course, Robert Kahn. If the last name sounds familiar, his brother is the goalie.
There you go. Has he fudged any of the goalie statistics for his brother?
He gave him no saves, so he couldn't have. He is right on.
And he's freezing out there like our camera guys today. Man, if we could have only had this game yesterday where it was close to 80 degrees on Long Island. Today it's cold, it's damp. It's not raining yet, and we don't have any thunderstorms, so that's, knock on wood, that's good news.
So third quarter face-off, it's been multiple guys for Friends, but it's been Graber every single time. Again, 13 of 14 from this spot. This time he's battling Pantagathus, the top defender, and again flips it back, gets the win, loose ball, and it's scooped up. North Shore gets the ball, gets the clear. They quickly transition, and a low shot and a goal. Albany's.
Well, I'll tell you something about Steve Graber that you need to know right there. He could have easily taken it in himself for the goal. Such an unselfish player to give it up to his teammate Albany's, who had a nice look for the score, and you'll see this on the replay. So here's Graber. He could easily just take it himself, Dylan. But instead, pass it to the open guy for the easy look.
So second goal of the game for Albany's, the 4th assist to Graber. So if we are talking Igloo Lacrosse Player of the Game, how much do we credit assists and faceoff wins? Because right now Graber might be leading the pack.
That's true. It's true.
Although Dimitri's got 4 goals.
Yeah. And Calderoni also with 4 goals, I believe.
Oh, sorry, that's who I meant. Calderoni has 4 goals. Dimitri's got 3 assists.
Might have to be a co-player of the game.
Another face-off win by Graber. So he's now, 15 of 16. I hate co-anythings, by the way. Co-players of the year. I'm always about, if it's a tough decision,
we'll make it.
Chris will make the decision.
We will have our crack committee up here in the broadcast booth make the call. We still have a lot of game left.
We do. There's plenty of opportunity to shine here for both teams. There's Dimitri. He's been more of a facilitator today. Gets the long pole, works behind X, tries to use the cage, swims out of the opportunity. Graber fakes low shot, goes low again. This one goes wide. Back up by Feldman, so North Shore maintains possession.
And so rare to see Steve take a shot on goal today. He's been a distributor throughout most of the contest.
Graber again, the Mr. Everything for North Shore. He will go on and play his collegiate lacrosse not too far from here up at West Point. Beautiful facility at West Point. And then, of course, will serve our country after that. Something really special about those LAX guys who go on and play for the military academies. There's Graber at X right now. Again, Pantagathus. And Pantagathus has done a job. Graber spins. He is in trouble. Gets hammered at the side of the cage. Loses the ball. Pantagathus started that by forcing the ball onto the carpet. And they go cross field for the attempted clear. So there's that physicality, Ben, we talked about from as a swim, dodge, and a lot losing the ball. So they did get the clear. Here's an opportunity. Graber to cage, one-on-one, and that's as easy as you like for Graber. And he extends North Shore's lead to 11-4.
It's almost like Graber now with an 11-4 lead has said, or 10-4 at the time, has said, let me get a couple of my shots on net here, as he's taken 2 in a row, and this one he actually scores on. And we have seen less assists from him and more scoring here in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's almost like he got upset there by getting eaten up and getting pushed down to the carpet. Yep. He's like, I'm going to get mine right now.
Either that or he heard us up here for player of the game and decided, let me fill up the stat sheet and some other columns.
So going back, it looks like we'll have a change at X. As Graber stays up top, it'll be Phil D'Amico. He's their second face-off guy. D'Amico's only taken 2 this year. He is 1 of 2 on the season, the sophomore. First year on varsity. As you can see, he's not the biggest. And in fact, he might be the smallest player on this North Shore team, but he is scrappy. He is tough. This time, it's more of an even battle. Where's the ball? It's loose. Graber tries to get the ground ball. It's picked up, though, by Como. So with an 11-4 lead, interesting decision there. Try to get D'Amico some looks at X. And look, it's always about the next man up, right? And you know Graber is going to graduate.
Yep.
So you've got to get D'Amico some looks when he gets the opportunity.
And it's 11-4 right now, 9-20. And this game is not over yet by any stretch. But it's an opportunity to give a couple other guys some minutes here at different positions. So that's what Coach is going with.
So now Friends Academy, they're trying to stop, which if you go back to the end of the second quarter, it's now 5 consecutive goals by North Shore. As Ben said, it's a large lead now, but it has been a close game. We were tied 3 times. As Dillmeyer works the ball, he's pressured by Carozzo, the short stick. Carozzo gets a nice piece of him, though. Good job by Dillmeyer just to keep the ball, not lose it. They push it back out. There's Panisi. We've seen the velocity on his shot. Draws the double. Spins away from it, goes to X. Nothing doing there. Goes back out now to Dillmeyer. Patient offensive set by Friends Academy. This is Lee. It's 3-on-3. Spinning. Walrath goes back out. Good defense by North Shore. There are no angles to shoot from right now for Friends Academy.
Yeah, North Shore's defense is locked down right now. They are in the zone here since the beginning of the second half.
Panacea draws the short. Pole goes to his right. Bounce shot. That's a save. Hopefully Robert Kahn marked that one down in the book.
There you go.
I did think he got a piece earlier, but I guess he didn't. So first save of the game. Spinning, shot in front, loose ball, dumped in the net, and a goal. Walrath, his second of the game, and that ends that run. Friends Academy now within 11-5.
Walrath, right place at the right time on the loose ball, scoops it up right in front of the net and cleans it up for the Quakers.
Walrath, his second of the game, and you see right there, loose ball in front, one of those ugly ones, but Walrath, a 2-year varsity player. Really one of the better Dodgers on this team. Really a terrific lacrosse player, serious about the game. When he's playing well, he gets a couple goals going. He's competing as a sophomore in a new role, so you could see the future bright for Friends Academy. 11-5, Graber back at X, again battling Pantagathus. Graber make it 16 of 17. And a ground ball to boot. Graber shifts it back out top. Nice stutter step, Carozzo. And again, they've got to get a change of personnel, so Feldman will back things up a little bit. Looks for options. North Shore has not trailed. The guy with the ball in his stick right now, Will Feldman, the freshman, a 2-year starter. He got it started for North Shore with the first goal of the game. This time gets on his bike, draws a double, quickly spins out of that, and they work it to X. Graber in front. Overhand shot. Save. That attempt by Albany's. Drosh got a piece. And he is being harassed by Graber. Good clear. Nice pass out to Stellato. And Friends does indeed get the clear.
Drosh is hobbling a little bit at net. I don't know if he got hit by one of the North Shore attackmen. I think he's going to be okay, but hobbling around a little bit on the far end.
Well, again, he is a hockey guy, so you know he's just going to shake that one off. Friends, an excellent hockey program. Double comes. Interception. Carozzo got a piece. Loose ball. It's a scrum. And Friends Academy comes away with it. However, the ball looks like it went out. I guess they're saying that was off a pass. So it wasn't a shot. Good hustle, though, by Panacea, as you expect from the sophomore. 9, by the way, is the number of hockey players on this Friends Academy lacrosse team.
Well, you know, the coaches say play multiple sports now. It's not all about specializing in one sport. It's nice to see hockey, some football players, some basketball players.
Yeah, and you know that there's a correlation with hockey and lacrosse as there's some physicality. Good job winning the ball by Catone. Catone, by the way, one of those hockey guys, as you can tell by that check that he laid down.
And Friends isn't a big school to begin with, I think. 250 in this total?
I think it's just over 300, but yeah, not many at all.
Right.
So you do, especially at the smaller schools, you get a lot of that turnover from sport to sport. Flag up, so it'll be a man-up opportunity. Next time the ball hits the carpet. Shot. It's still alive. That's a great job saving it. Low shot. Now we'll get the stoppage as we will have another man-up opportunity. The third of the game for Friends Academy. They are 1 of 2. This is another 1-minute slash against North Shore.
And at this point in the game with 5:07 left in the third, you're down by 6. You got to capitalize on this. If you're Friends Academy, you got to put one through here and continue to creep up in this game.
Well, that penalty against Giacoletto, the sophomore long pole. So I think we might have a hat trick of penalties against their defenders because we had another long pole also get one before. So they are 1 of 2. The only man-up goal so far was by Dillmeyer. 11-5. The score under 5 minutes to go, third quarter. Quick ball movement. Friends gets the ball to the side of the crease. Now they push it back out. They work it to X. The cut. Panacea keeps it alive. Low shot. Goes wide. Was there a backup? There was. Good hustle, though, by Khan. And actually, they say that he did win that race.
Excellent job by the goalie to come out of net, hustle for the loose ball, and gain possession for the Vikings.
This you expect to be a bit of an angry ride here by North Shore, but look at this. Getting on his horse and getting the clear. is Carozzo. He is a speed demon.
And he's not afraid to bulldoze you either.
He will dodge many different ways. Timeout by North Shore. They've got 6 seconds left on their being a man down and 4:13 left in the third quarter. 11-5 is your score. North Shore with the lead. You're watching Nassau County Boys Lacrosse on Varsity Media. Welcome back to the North Shore. We mentioned it's Dylan Butler, Ben Turchin, and we mentioned the possibilities of a storm, and it's certainly looking ominous here on the North Shore of Long Island.
Yeah, it's darker, that's for sure, than it was when we started, which would make sense anyways. But I wonder from a netminder perspective, and I know lacrosse is played with a white ball, but still a little difficult to see here, darker than I think it would be at this time of the day because of what might be a storm coming through. But is that something to keep an eye on with the goalies here the rest of the way?
That's possible, especially when you've got a guy in the Friends Academy net and Michael Drosch who is inexperienced at that. So we'll see how that maybe changes the game. Off the timeout, Graber will have the ball. He's had an excellent game to this point. He's got a goal. He's got 4 assists. He's won all but one of his face-offs, and he just keeps the ball alive as Feldman comes out. Man-up opportunity. We are even. So 1 of 3 now for Friends with man-up. Good ball movement. Look at the opportunity. That off the post. It's loose in front. Again, a hard shot by Albany's. Ben, he had so much time to take that shot. Albany goes for the ground ball. This will be another slash. But North Shore has numbers. Unsettled. Shot and a goal. Feldman has the hat trick.
Great job by North Shore. A couple of passes. Graber got it going there. And then Dimitri finding Feldman. It was a 1-2-3. And North Shore with a goal.
Here's a look. You can see it's North Shore working the ball around and just Friends scrambling defensively. Numbers were all over the place. And again, as we saw earlier, it's a goal plus the penalty, a second 1-minute slash against Pantagathus. So again, your best defender is in the box, and a 12-5 lead for the Vikings. They have an opportunity now to extend that lead. Pantagathus has been taking face-offs against Graber. This time, it will not be him. Of course, again, we just said he was in the box. So here is the face-off, and it's actually won by the pole. Good job by Friends. They will then call a timeout. So that face-off was won by number 5 for Friends Academy, Carl Afazoulis, the senior defender.
Yeah, nice job by Afazoulis. Why not? Give it a shot. Graber's only second, lost one? Yes. I mean, Afazoulis, again, he's another, this is like a broken record here, but another standout hockey player. He's tough, physical, athletic, everything you kind of want in a long pole. Great hands, a really good defender. He had 2 solid years in the JV. He's played different positions. Last year, Bill Gary said, here's a long pole. What can you do with this? And he's kind of literally run with it, and he's been just one of the better defenders. He picked it up really quick. Down the end of the season last year, became a starter, and he's been a regular starter since on this Friends Academy defense that, again,
yes, the Vikings have 12 goals on the board, but the polls have made things difficult.
Yeah, they have made things difficult for North Shore. North Shore's capitalized on some penalties. They've moved the ball successfully to find an open look, but when it's been one-on-one, Dylan, today, Friends has been successful at least getting the ball out of that offensive player's stick.
So to reset, you see the score at the bottom of your screen. 12-5 for North Shore. Friends is playing a man down, but they'll have the ball. So it's kind of an interesting situation here. They are down a man with Pantagathus in off for another 50 seconds. So you can run the 50 seconds down, but also you need goals, right? So it's kind of definitely the guy you want the ball to have it right now. It's Panisia. He's a dangerous threat offensively. Really, when you talk of college-bound or potential college-bound athletes for Friends, it's 34 and it's 43. Panisia and Pantagathus, both sophomores, both really high-level lacrosse players, I think, on the next level. You can see the stick check, a little Genzale trying to get it from Panisia. Panisia just waiting for Friends to go even, which is now. And now he'll make his move and try to shed the pole. Works it back out top, and Friends will reset. Panisia spins, tries to go left. The double came. Really great job defensively. That was Giacalato. Picks up like 2 ground balls, loses it though at midfield, and there goes Dillmeyer.
Yeah, Friends sticking with it on the defensive battle there.
Oh, they didn't pick up Dillmeyer. He could have went to Cage, I thought, there. I thought he had an alley. Pulled it back out. It looked like maybe a little miscommunication from the North Shore defense. That's got to be a penalty.
Yeah,
okay. It is. There is. The flag goes up. Another man-up opportunity. Cute will go off. Should be a minute.
Yeah, got his stick. Interfered on that one.
Well, that's actually a 30-second penalty, that one. So 1 of 3 so far for Friends. You've got a minute 28, 30 seconds on this man-up opportunity.
Got to capitalize on these, Dylan. Not too many of these happening right now. Chance to go man up. Got to put one through.
But of course, it's always the interesting situation because you got to balance it. You can't just go for the first shot. It's got to be a good shot, but also you only have 30 seconds and a minute 28. So it's a tough kind of balancing act. It does start, and it should start with quick ball movement, especially having the extra man. That's what they're trying to do here. They work it to X, where Lee has the ball. Goes right side of the cage, back out, worked out top. Panisia, the pole comes out on him, forces him back 4 seconds on the man-up opportunity. Ball gets dumped down, low shot is wide of the net. We are even, and a ground ball won by North Shore.
Nice idea by Walrath on the shot, 4 seconds to go. Put it on the ground towards net, just was a little wide.
Kahn quickly to the pole, cuts inside. There is another good job. Pole on pole. That was this time Della Fera with the pole for Friends. So they get the ball back. They are down 12-5 inside of 30 seconds. Walrath, little stutter step. He's got the short pole, tries to look for options. Spins behind the cage, still nothing there, pushes it back out top. Panisia. 10 seconds. Panisia. He's again eaten up. Throws it in front. Shot is a save. There's another penalty. This should be a slash. Shot was by Della Fera.
Boy, Kahn got his entire body into that one for the save. North Shore's goalie, number 15. You see him there on your screen. It took his entire chest, Dylan, to save that one. We've been talking so much about hockey, and he really got his body in that.
I believe it's Aledo who had the penalty. We'll see. Yes, it is a minute. So 1 second left. The thing here for Friends, you just hold the ball. That means you don't have to worry about a face-off, which when you're dealing with Graber, that's obviously
right.
a positive thing. And that will do it for the third quarter. So North Shore, they score 3 of the 4 goals in the third quarter. They've got a 12-5 lead heading in to the final 12 minutes of this game. You're watching Nassau County Boys Lacrosse on Varsity Media. And welcome back to North Shore High School. Dylan Butler, Ben Turchchin, and Ben, game number 2 of what is an exciting schedule for Varsity Media. We will show that for you right now. A lot of high-level Nassau County lacrosse right here.
Yeah, and next this Thursday, April 11th, 2 days from now, we'll be at Bethpage High School for a little girls lacrosse. Hewlett's off to a good start. Bethpage is always a good program. And it's Autism Awareness Day on Thursday, so we're looking forward to promoting that cause. And then, Dylan, a couple of big guy games, boys games coming up. 3 in a row next week. Locust Valley at Lynbrook should be good. Cary at Hewlett should be a great game. And then Farmingdale at Bethpage. When those two get together, you know that's always a battle.
Yeah, kind of a backyard brawl of neighboring towns. Bethpage, Farmingdale. Should be a lot of fun. You can see it right there. All of the action on the Varsity Media YouTube channel.
And it's all free, folks, so make sure you subscribe to our channel. Search Varsity Media or youtube.com/Varsity Media. Subscribe to our channel for updates, but it's all free and stays on our page even after the stream, after the game is over.
Fourth quarter underway. Friends with the man up, and again, they didn't have to worry about a face-off, which is good for them because Graber has been a beast at the X. Ball on the carpet, though, that's loose. Still loose. Friends cannot pick it up. That is Andrew Franco. Gets the clear. Gets the harm as well. Stays with it. He is a big, big boy. Is Franco, and he gets the ball to Calderoni. They are still a man down. 10 seconds left on that. But how about Franco? You mentioned before, multiple sports guys. He has the look, and he is a football guy here for North Shore.
North Shore football program under Dan Agavino in Conference 3. You know, it's a tough conference to play football in Nassau County.
And Luke Baskine for Friends, if that last name sounds familiar, it's because he's the head coach of the football team at Friends Academy as well, his dad.
Ron.
We are even. The score, though, very much in favor of North Shore. 5-2 is their record. They're looking to make it 6-2, 4-4 for Friends. They're trying to avoid a third consecutive defeat. Picking it up off the carpet is Feldman. He's had a game. 3 goals for Feldman. Behind the cage, Graber works it back out. Spinning, fake shot, little dump. Plenty of time and an opportunity, and Nolan Smith capitalizes.
Wide open shot, great look at net. Smoked one through, and Nolan Smith, I believe, is first of the day.
It is. It's also his first of the year for the 2-year varsity player. 2-year starter as well. Smith, it looked like he couldn't believe how open he was. You see that extra little step, that half a step, like, wait a minute. No one's collapsing on me. I'm going to keep going. He is their 7th offensive player, so he spells some other guys as well. He's one of those great team guys. So when he scores a goal, you can see the bench really get into it.
Yep.
Because he does mean so much for this squad. 13-5, the lead now for North Shore. Looks like it is Graber again. Unofficially, I think we have him for 2 losses. I think he lost one of the last ones against the Long Pole. And that's a clear win.
His percentage is still over 80 today, so he's feeling good.
Yeah, he came in at exactly 80, and it's going to only go up from here. An errant pass. It'll be Friends Academy ball. Next up for North Shore, they go to Floral Park on Friday. They've got Wantagh, and then at Locust Valley. Always a tough game.
Yep. That's a rival game.
It is.
I think that's up in Bayville, if I'm not mistaken, if that's an away game. Great facility up there in Bayville. You got the Long Island Sound to your right. You got the bay to your left. But it's very windy up there.
Scouting report brought to you by Ben Turchin.
And Varsity Media, as our crew will be there.
For North Shore, as they get the clear. For Friends Academy, they're next up. Doesn't get any easier for them. They are home for Lynbrook. Then they go to Cold Spring Harbor. That part of 3 consecutive road games. It's at Seaford and Floral Park before they return home for Mineola and Wantagh.
And Mineola's had a good start to their season. They've surprised some people with a couple of big wins.
They surprised this team in white.
Yeah, North Shore included.
9-6 win for Mineola. That was their 2nd consecutive loss, a 1-goal loss to Rob Blount's Sailors of Oceanside before that. And a good job bouncing back, beating Lynbrook 8-6.
And how about Rob Blount coaching lacrosse this season? You know, most people associate him as being the head football coach, but Robbie B decided to take a stab at lacrosse.
Listen, what he does for that Oceanside community, he's made the football team or football games an event for the neighborhood, and they come out in droves, and now he's trying to do the same, build up a culture. He's got the football culture buzzing. He's trying to get it now for the lacrosse team as well.
Yeah, kudos to Rob. He does a great job. And I know a lot of people on Long Island are excited to see Charlie McKee as a sophomore quarterback.
We're getting ahead of ourselves now.
Yeah, we got a ways to go.
It feels like fall outside.
Yeah,
but
we got a while to go. We got to get through summer, but nobody's looking to get through summer.
Here comes the double. Swim dodge. Good job. Another penalty flag is up. Great look inside. Big save by Khan. Khan denies De La Fera. Players flying around the field.
You better get back to net.
Ball at this. I don't know why they didn't stop the game yet. It's on the carpet. There is a flag down. Panacea. And again, the aggressive sticks. Another flag. So is this going to be a double infraction, or we will see what the officials. Yeah, it looks like 2 North Shore players are going to go off. So it looks like it's going to be Cute again, as well as a Lotto again. So we could have 6-on-4 lacrosse here, Ben. We'll see for how long.
If Friends is going to put one in, this is the time to do it.
So it's a minute for a Lotto. And we'll see how long the Cute penalty is. That's also a minute. So how about this? This is your window of opportunity, Friends Academy. 6-on-4 lacrosse for a minute. 7:25 left. Panacea. Back out top. Walrath. Panacea. Dillmeyer. Back to Panacea.
Where's the shot?
And they are trying, it seems to be patient, but maybe a little too patient.
Seriously, 2-man up.
Panacea's got the rocket, dumps it down low, spinning back out, and there's that errant pass again. Will it go out? Will it be saved? Dillmeyer.
We can get another flag here, and they will.
Yeah, that was a dangerous situation.
Franco with almost a tackle out of bounds.
Well, he is a football guy.
Yeah. But Dylan, Friends is taking too long here. I mean, throw it at the goal, try to get a rebound, dive for a loose ball, but you got to put points on the board here right now.
Now you wonder if this is an unreleasable situation. I haven't seen the signal just yet from the official.
And the other thing I brought up earlier is it's getting a lot darker now on the field. Again, I think that works as a disadvantage to the goalies. Maybe they don't see the ball as well as they would have earlier in the game. Another reason to just take shots on net and see what happens.
I think it's also getting, as the game does get longer, it's also getting chippier.
It is. That's for sure.
So I think right now the officials are trying to maybe just communicate with the coaches and having them communicate with their teams. And I don't know if we're going to get the indication of that last infraction, only because the scoreboard to the right of the field only has room for 2 penalties. So,
but there's only 3 defenders for North Shore, so we're 6-on-3.
We are indeed. There are 3 out by the scorer's table. So I guess when the first 2 wind down in the next 23 seconds, we'll know how long the third infraction was for. But, right. I mean, this is as golden a chance as you can get. You get some quick ball movement. You get a good shot. There will be a good shot here, but you've got to move the ball quickly and make sure that those passes are good. Panacea, side of the cage. Shot is saved, and the rebound is picked up by Kahn. He could clear. He goes to his right to Graber with the long pole. And he gets hammered.
Here comes a flag.
Another flag. So 2 seconds left on the initial 2 penalties, and now it's an unreleasable shot to the head.
Is that on Panacea?
It is.
Now that's detrimental to Friends. Their number 1 offensive weapon is now off the field.
I mean, they let's reset. They were looking at a 6-on-3 situation. Graber gets the ball off the save. They hammer him. It's a shot to the head. Now there's 2 seconds left in the initial 2 penalties, so 2 North Shore guys will release. But Panacea, who is maybe your best offensive threat, now is in there for 2 minutes, and it's unreleasable. So North Shore can just score and score.
And another flag comes down as well from the goalie. He must have mouthed off to the official. So Dylan, Friends is really losing it. And I don't know what kind of gesture. Is he making a gesture to the official?
I don't know, but
I mean, Dylan, they don't have any other goaltenders.
I mean, there is another on their roster, but Drosh is your...
Another flag.
Yeah, this...
I've never seen something like this towards the end of a game.
We mentioned it was getting chippy. We do now have the alternate goalie for North Shore. For Friends.
24.
That is Pappas. The Nasi Pappas will be in the cage for Friends Academy, but so it's a 30-second. There we go. That's one thing we need to look at. So 30 seconds was the penalty against Drosh. You can see there on the left, 2 seconds left on the 2 penalties for North Shore. And that 2-minute unreleasable as well for Panacea. So as you can see, there is the new goaltender, at least for 30 seconds. It is Pappas, the sophomore, so another sophomore in the lineup for Friends. As all these stoppages, too, it's just getting darker.
There are no lights here. There are no lights at North Shore, like some other high schools might have lights on the field. There's no lights here at North Shore. And is it starting to rain even? It is. It's starting to rain now. So if they would have just played a cleaner game, Dylan, we'd be out of here by now. Game would be over. And here comes the storm.
Well, there's been a storm of penalties and flags. Finally, the other two, North Shore gets 2 back. But now there's 2 in the box. And I think there's still 1 in the box for North Shore. So it's 6-on-5. And again, it's kind of fire wagon lacrosse. Here's an opportunity. It goes wide. Long pole had it. North Shore would be wise, I think, just to pass the ball around. There's Feldman. They still have Aledo, and I think that penalty is winding down. .5:35 to go in the fourth quarter. It's all North Shore right now. And you just hope that cooler heads prevail for these final few moments. Nobody wants suspensions. Nobody wants ejections. You just want to have a nice, clean ending to this game. Feldman.
We haven't really had any pushing or shoving or fighting. It's just been some physical play.
Yeah, a lot of slashing penalties and obviously a little bit of chirping late in the game as well.
Right. You had the goalie. We don't know exactly what he said or his gesture, but
I like that by Albany's there, Ben, too, where he had, I think, an opportunity to shoot on a goalie who just came into the game. But North Shore, again, a comfortable 8-goal lead. They're not looking to certainly embarrass Friends at all. And, Bill Gary made a really good point. He said that after Friends' double overtime win on this field a year ago, their guys, of course, as you would expect, went crazy celebrating. And Aaron Kozlowski, you can maybe think maybe the head coach of the losing team's upset, but he went over. He congratulated everybody. Yep. It was a classy gesture, certainly, and a lot of respect between the two coaches.
And these programs know each other so well. As you hear the rain, I don't know if you could hear it, but we can hear it.
It's intensifying.
Yep.
Looking forward to your post-game interview.
We may not have that.
There is a tarp. You could have it under the tarp, I think.
Dylan wants me out there. Oh, boy.
Well, it's getting lighter, at least, as the rain does come down. Just under 4 minutes to go. Another stoppage. We have players from both teams out by the scorer's table. As the umbrellas start popping up underneath us. I'm not sure what this stoppage is. Finally, the penalties. You could see Graber talking to the officials. Actually, I think it's both captains.
It's interesting. It got lighter. You're right about that. The skies open up and it's lighter. Well, this is why you do a live stream broadcast. For the people that decided they didn't want to come today, they heard it might rain, they stayed home, they watched us, and now they're saying to themselves, I'm glad I didn't go because it's absolutely pouring. You can see it on our screen with 4 minutes to go here, but it is miserable. And for the people that did come, they're suffering a little bit right now. Not us. We're inside.
For now.
I think it'll stay that way.
For the entire night?
I think we'll get a Igloo player of the game, but I don't think we're going to get an interview.
Come on. Albany's gets it back out. Feldman quick ball movement. Calderoni, he's had a game, as has Feldman. Feldman got things going. His first goal, he bookended the first quarter, which, again, you look at the score, if you're just joining us, you're like, wow, it's been all North Shore all game, but that's not the truth. It's not the fact. North Shore had a 3-2 lead. 3-3 was the score, so Friends rallied 3 times to tie the score. But then a big second quarter. North Shore scored the final 3 of the second quarter, 6 of the last 7. And then when you include the third quarter, they scored 7 of 8 to really open the score up. And that's kind of where we are right now. Friends has not scored since the second goal of the game by Walrath. That was midway through the third quarter.
And if I'm Coach Kozlowski, I'm making sure my team is not shooting on net right now.
Yeah, no, just
if anything, just to get off the field.
Yeah. Feldman.
Dylan, North Shore's off to a great start this year. They're moving to 6-2. Who did you say they play next, out of curiosity?
Next up for North Shore, they're at Floral Park on Friday.
Which is another winnable game. Floral Park's always tough, but a winnable game.
Then they have Wantagh, and they're at Locust Valley on the 23rd of April.
Yeah, they were off to a very good start this season. Obviously, a difficult playoff loss last year, not what they wanted, but it seems to me that they have regrouped and they're right back to where they were, and perhaps might be a little bit even a little bit better.
For some reason, the officials put a stall warning on. I mean, I guess they're playing it by the book, but yeah. I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah.
It's 13-5. It's pouring rain.
I mean, don't you want to go home too, referees?
Graber. So that means they've got to keep it in the box. They will double Graber. Dimitri with the ball. He's had a game as well. Again, more from a distribution standpoint. 3 first half assists for Dimitri. Spins from X. We've got just about a minute left. You see it there, a minute 4, a minute 3. The double comes. Dimitri fakes his pass. This is essentially a 4-quarter offense, or 4 corners offense right now for North Shore, like you would see in basketball. So some cross checks there by Leo Grand, the number 15 for Friends. So some frustration for Friends. They'll drop their 3rd consecutive game. They will fall to 4-5 on the season. There goes a double again. I mean, they don't want to shoot. That's for sure. And if you're Friends, you could kind of understand the aggressive defense because, again, you're always in a game situation, right? So you've got to, how do we dispossess the opponent without a penalty? But good job by North Shore not trying to show up the opponent. We have some handshakes, some hugs. These are players who know each other well. A lot of them even play in the same club teams as well. But that will be the final score. North Shore with the win. They win this one 13-5. They improve to 6-2 on the season. Again, Friends Academy falls now to 4-5. We will take a quick break, and we will come back with the Igloo Lacrosse player of the game. You're watching Nassau County Boys Lacrosse here on Varsity Media. And welcome back to Glen Head, New York. The rain continues to fall. And that gentleman right there, Stephen Graber, is our Igloo lacrosse player of the game. We said coming in, Ben, that he was a do-it-all kind of player, and he certainly was here today. He gets deserved accolades and appreciation from his team. A big day. You could see his stats below. He had a goal. He had 4 assists. Probably most importantly, 17 of 19 from the faceoff X, so he gave his team all those extra possessions, and clearly the Vikings then cashed in with those opportunities.
Yeah, and we said, earlier in the game it was going to be a difficult decision on who should get the Igloo Lacrosse Player of the Game. Calderoni had 4 or 5 goals today. Could have easily been him as well. Khan was great in net, but this is the captain on his way to West Point next year, and he really was the team leader again today. Got it done on all over the place.
One of the great things, too, about Graber before we wrap up, not only does he do it all here, he is just a ridiculously amazing athlete. An all-conference soccer player, an all-county wrestler as well. He was all-county in lacrosse a year ago as well. But when he wins those face-offs, he just drives the bus for North Shore, and right now it's going to be a little bit of a wet bus as we leave here from Glen Head. So, again, North Shore with the victory. We certainly thank everyone for watching us. You see our next game, a few days' time. Girls lacrosse matchup, Hewlett at Bethpage. You don't want to miss that one. And once again, you can watch that here on this YouTube channel. Subscribe for updates, and we look forward to having more games ahead.
We have a doubleheader again. So up in Rochester, New York at 7 o'clock tonight, right here on our YouTube channel. We've got Webster Thomas taking on the Victor Blue Devils. Hopefully they have a much drier day than we had here at the end.
All about Victor. V for victory. Or that Villanova.
Correct.
For Ben Turchin, Dylan Butler, and our kind of wet casting crew here as well, here for Varsity Media. We again thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again on Thursday. Here is, as we go to break, our live stream schedule for the remainder of the year.